Trying to start a print-on-demand business can be overwhelming. With all the different steps and strategies, it can be hard to know where to even start. So today, I'm going to share my exact strategy for how to start a print-on-demand shop completely from scratch. I've used this exact strategy to grow my own 6- and 7-figure print-on-demand businesses. So if I had to start over today from absolute zero, this is the exact strategy that I would use. I've been sharing strategies that get results on my YouTube channel for the last year, and it's helped you guys generate over $1.7 million. So if that sounds interesting, make sure to get subscribed and let's get into it. Print-on-demand is a business model that allows you to sell various products like t-shirts, mugs, and posters with unique artwork on them, but the items are only printed and shipped when a customer orders. That way, you don't have to buy any inventory up front and you can run the entire business from a laptop. The only time that you have to buy a product or spend any money is after you've already made a sale. This also means that if done correctly, this business can be mostly passive, allowing you to scale it when you have the time and keep earning income while you're traveling, sleeping, or watching more Alek videos. There are 4 components that you need to get started: the product, the design to go on the product, a website to sell it on, and customers to buy it. Component number 1, picking a product. This is the easy part, but if you get it wrong, it can ruin your business. So how do you pick? There's 3 things that I look for in a winning product. Number 1, make sure that the product I'm selling has and will continue to be an evergreen product. I don't want to put a ton of work into or make a bunch of designs for a product that's going to become irrelevant. To find evergreen products, we have to look at what's already been working. At the end of the day, nobody wants to buy a blank product, so we're primarily selling the design that goes on the product. If there's competition, it means there's demand. I've only ever sold long-time best-selling products like t-shirts, mugs, and posters, because they've been proven to work for years. My first successful product was the standard white mug. And while it might scare a lot of people away because of the huge amount of competition, I saw it as a huge opportunity with a ton of demand. Picking something that's evergreen just means that it'll sell today and it'll continue to sell into the future. Number 2, the product has to make a good profit. There's no point in doing this if you're not gonna make good money. I always aim for around a 30% profit margin. So when I sell posters, they'll cost me about $11 to get printed and shipped to the customer, depending on the size. So since they'll easily sell for around $20 or even up to $50 in some cases, that means that even after all of the transaction fees, I can still easily make a 30% profit margin. I always analyze successful shops like this to see how they're actually doing. When I look at their monthly stats, we can see that they're not doing too bad at all. And then if they're making a 30% profit margin or so, they're easily doing $10,000 a month. And this was literally just some random shop that I just found. 30% is just a rule of thumb though, because if you're able to sell a lot more units with a cheaper product, like a mug, you'll be able to take a smaller profit margin since you'll usually be able to sell more items. Number 3, the product has to be universal. Now, I sell evergreen products, but I use the designs that are on the products to target different trends and niches. We'll only get good sales if our designs are good, but our product has to be versatile enough to upload all different kinds of designs to it. If I'm gonna sell a mug, I need to be able to sell it to all different kinds of professions, interests, hobbies, and trends. If it's an evergreen product that can make a good profit and allows you to upload universal designs, you'll be set. Now, you can have a great product, but without a great design, you won't get very far. The reason that most sellers fail is because they don't understand customer psychology. Customers don't care about your products. What they do care about things that they're already passionate about. This could literally be anything: their career, their hobbies, their pets, their hometown. And with print on demand, we can make products for all of those interests. So to make banger designs, we have to start with one of these ideas, which could be literally anything. So how do we know where to start? Who do we make designs for first? This can be the most difficult part of the business, and if you don't do it correctly, you're almost certain to fail. I'm speaking from experience because my first products were terrible. We want to start by doing some research to see what customers are buying. And to do research, my favorite platform is to use Etsy because all of the sales data is public. Now, from a glance, we can quickly see what shops are doing well based on their total reviews. And then when viewing a listing, we can see if that particular item has gotten any reviews on its own. You could also use different marketplaces like Amazon, but not all of the data is public, which is why I like Etsy. On Etsy, when I'm doing research, I just need to search for the product category that I'm selling in. So perhaps I'm selling a candle. Now, by looking at these results, I can quickly spot the top performing shops that have gotten thousands of reviews. Usually, shops will get about 1 review for every 8 to 10 sales that they get. So looking at the reviews is a great metric to track success. I'll click through one of these shops that has a high review count and make sure that they're selling the product that I want to sell. Their shops should kind of be themed around it. Then I could come down to the bottom of the page to this reviews section. And this will show me what people are actually buying and then liking enough to leave a review on. A few of the ideas here are teacher candles, divorce candles, and even retirement candles. So if you wanted to sell candles, but you were worried about the huge amount of competition, if we target a specific idea like divorce candles, the competition is significantly reduced. By doing this process enough, you should come up with a huge list of design ideas. And with that list, there's 4 methods that we can use to turn those ideas into actual designs. The important thing to keep in mind is we're not here to reinvent the wheel. Simple things work best. Just take what's working and add a little bit of zest. Method number 1 is the traditional, good old-fashioned, handcrafted design. From this candle example, most of the top candle shops sell basic text designs just with creative fonts. Now, if you don't know what saying to put, we could come over to ChatGPT and write a prompt like this to generate a list of sayings that we can put on our candles. So maybe we'd use this one, Scent of Freedom, Retirement Edition. Then we just have to put it together so it looks nice, and this is pretty easy to do as well. See, we could look at other popular designs to get inspiration. We could use the arched 2-line style from this bestseller with this modern, sleek-looking font from this bestseller. Then if I just took this and put those 2 elements together, we don't get a design that looks half bad. We could use this strategy to make several different variations of the same saying to increase our chances of getting sales with that saying. These are super easy to make in just a few minutes using a free program like Figma. And I've got a full design tutorial, so if you need more detail, you can check that out. But the text designs are so simple because we're literally just typing them out. And don't underestimate simple designs. Even the simplest single font designs can become bestsellers. This design right here has over 100 reviews, which means it's likely sold around 1,000 times. My best-selling handcrafted designs are always stupidly simple. Even though handcrafting designs actually isn't too difficult, a lot of people still find this the hardest method. So if you're looking for something a little bit easier to do, you could try method number 2, buying pre-made designs. This seller has made thousands of dollars from this item, and they don't have any complex design skills because they just bought this exact design pre-made for $5. You can use this exact strategy. Whenever I find a winning product, like this Halloween shirt, for example, I can just right-click on the image since I'm in Google Chrome, the Google Chrome browser, and I can hit Search with Google Lens. This will search for the exact design across all other areas of the web, where I might be able to find the original source file, which I could then buy for a few bucks and then use it in my own shop. If it's already being sold on a t-shirt, I could also sell it on a t-shirt just using a different mockup, or I could sell it on a different product entirely. Reinventing the wheel and trying to get too creative will leave you without any sales. You have to take what's working and just make it a little bit different. Even with dozens of other shops selling this exact same design, it can still work for new shops. And there are entire shops dedicated to selling pre-made designs just like this. Now, for those of you who don't have the money to spend on buying a ton of pre-made designs, you could try method number 3, AI-generated designs. I personally use Midjourney, but now there's a lot of different AI generators that you could use. And this is by far the easiest method for generating art. All I have to do is learn how to craft a great prompt, and the image generator will take care of the rest. Using the same product research method as before, I found this pumpkin shirt that's probably sold at least a few thousand times considering it has hundreds of reviews. Now, using that Midjourney AI I talked about, I simply wrote out a prompt describing the type of graphic that I wanted, and it generates me several variations. From here, inside Midjourney, I can just upscale the image, and all that's left is to remove the background using a free background remover, and I'll be able to sell products using this graphic. But now, with the power of AI, we're also able to create designs that can cover entire products. Maybe you're considering running a mug shop, and in your product research, you found this floral mug that's selling pretty well. Inside Midjourney, I could ask for the same style of image and indicate the aspect ratio that I'd like it to be in, so it'll cover the entire mug. This will spit out a version of the image that can be perfectly sized to fit specific products, like this white mug. Now, all three of these methods for making designs work, but by far the best method to ensure success is to create hybrid designs. Going with this method allows you to take advantage of handmade, AI, and pre-made designs all in one shop, giving you the best chance of success. With print on demand, we want to make the most amount of designs possible to widen our chances of actually getting sales. So by using all three methods in a hybrid strategy, we'll have the best chances for success. This will allow us to build out a big catalog of products that can sell for years. Even the products that I made way back in 2020, which was 4 years ago now, still continue to sell and make me passive income to this day. By using these 4 strategies, you should hopefully see that making artwork isn't too difficult after all, and you'll be left with a ton of designs. However, even with the best product and the best designs, if your print provider sucks, you're almost guaranteed to fail. The print provider you choose will dictate how quickly your customers get their products, the level of customer service you get as the seller for orders with defects and shipments lost in the mail, and ultimately how much profit you get to keep from all of your sales. Printify, Gelato, and Printful are the kind of top 3 print-on-demand providers. And I've used all 3 of them for my own print-on-demand businesses over the past years. Now, they all do have their own pros and cons, but ultimately, to this day, I've stuck with Printify. I could go over several reasons why they're my favorite, but just on cost alone, you can see that Printify always outperforms their competitors. That means that with every order I get, I'm keeping more of that sale as profit. I've used Printify for years now, and they've genuinely been the best to work with. They've enabled me to keep hundreds of thousands of dollars in extra profit, since I'm selling tens of thousands of products. But we're still left with another issue, which is getting all of those designs that we've made onto the product that we're selling in Printify. If you have 20 mug designs that you created in bulk, it could take you quite some time to get them onto the mugs. That's why I invested over $20,000 to build the Printify product uploader program. This program allows you to upload as many designs as you want at a time and bulk upload them to whatever product you're selling on autopilot. So there's no user input required. You could start your uploads, go make a cup of coffee, and when you come back, all of those designs will be uploaded to the product you selected, pre-named and ready to go. This is a massive time saver. So when you're done watching this video, I'll have a link where you can get my automated Printify product uploader program completely for free. Now, with all of our products ready to go on Printify, we need a place to sell them online, and there's several options here. As a beginner, you've probably heard about a lot of different options that you could go with, but hands down, the most beginner-friendly and easiest way to get started is to open a completely free shop on Etsy. We want to sell where the customers already are. Etsy has over 95 million active buyers, and they drive more than enough organic traffic to their website than you'd need to grow a 6 or 7 figure business. Etsy is the best place as a beginner when you're just first getting things figured out. And once you're in a comfortable position and have some cash coming in, we could talk about scaling to Shopify. Etsy drives so much organic traffic to my businesses that I wouldn't even have to use Shopify if I didn't want to. Plus, Printify is an Etsy-approved integration, which means that we can connect it to our shop and publish all of our products ready to sell. Setting up an Etsy shop is super easy to do, and I've created a quick start guide which will walk you through everything that you need to get your shop open and started. From coming up with the business name, to creating a branded email, and getting your shop open and ready to sell, This guide will walk you through it. By following this guide and using the links in it, it'll get your shop set up completely for free in under 10 minutes. Again, at the end of the video, I'll give you all of these resources, including this free guide. Now, you might be wondering why we aren't using RedBubble, TeeSpring, or Society6, or any of these other free-to-use print-on-demand marketplaces. And the short answer is because they don't work that well. I've posted over 2,000 products for sale, and over the past few years, I've made a grand total of $2.32. So not a very worthwhile process if you ask me. The issue is that these websites just don't drive enough traffic to be profitable, and if you do end up making sales, you'll lose most of your money to the fees. Now, once your Etsy shop is open, there's a few things that we can do to the design of the shop to help it feel more trustworthy and generate sales. What exactly should a trustworthy shop look like? Well, here's a good example of one. First, just notice the logo that I've got in the corner. It's a super clean logo that really isn't anything too special. Again, this could be made using AI or just using one of the templates that you get from Canva. I made this particular logo using Canva. Next, look at the banner on the top of the shop. This just displays basic information about the shop. It makes it look really clean. And more than anything, it just conveys the vibe of the brand, right? It's premium, modern, custom, and that's what the banner is for, to convey the idea of quality and trust. This is a great example of what a lot of beginner shops look like. It's all over the place. They're selling products that don't make any sense, and nothing about this shop really conveys trust. The mock-ups look bad and lazy, and the designs look really sloppy. This shop is the same story, or they've got a little bit better idea because they're only selling mugs, but they're infringing on copyright, and none of their mock-ups look good again, and nothing about this shop feels real or communicates trust. Both of these shops kind of feel like those junky gift shops that you find around a tourist trap. We want to go for something that feels more boutique, where it feels like we specialize in our items. Compare this mug shop with one like this, and hopefully you can see the difference. Everything you do, from the logo to the banner to the mock-up images, it all needs to build up this image of a premium brand. When you do this and you really focus on making your shop look professional and premium, it really helps with component number 4, getting customers. Getting random people online to see, pick, and buy our products out of everyone's seems like a hard task. And it sort of is if you don't know what you're doing. We have to get into the potential customer's head and have them imagine that they've already bought the product we're selling. Out of everything that we've covered, by far the most underrated aspect of the business is the mock-ups. These are the images that display the fictional item as if it were real. Since we're not ordering every product that we make to take a photo of it, the mock-ups basically have to sell the product for us. The mock-up images are the marketing for our print-on-demand products. Whenever you go through and look at the top shops in any category selling any product, they've all figured out what mock-ups to use to get the most amount of sales. These mock-ups, or similar ones to the best sellers, are how we build trust and the first step to actually converting these random shoppers online into paying customers. Now, it's really common for these best-selling mock-ups to be available for purchase right on Etsy or similar websites for just a few dollars. Or if your product permits it, you could try generating similar looking mockups using AI. To actually get your designs onto your product mockups, you can either do it manually by hand, which admittedly can take quite a while, or you can use free bonus number 3, the Photoshop mockup script. This allows you to generate hundreds of mockups on autopilot without any user input. With this program, not only can you use your best-selling mockups, but it's also way faster to use than anything else like Placeit, which those mockups don't work anyway. Once again, this will be available at the end of the video, free of charge. Now here's where everything finally all starts to come together. We've picked and made designs for our product. We've gotten them uploaded and ready to sell in our Etsy shop. We have mockups chosen and made. And now we have one more important task, which is getting our products to show up when someone searches for them. All we have to do is put good SEO keywords, or search engine optimization, in our listings. This will help get them to rank in the Etsy search engine. We'll simply search for the type of product that we're selling, with the design idea that we want to rank for. So maybe this floral mug. Then we just look at the top listings here because they have the best SEO keywords. We can simply open up one of these listings and then look at the keywords that they've put in their title section and all the way down at the bottom of the page in this tag section. It's these little bubbles are each a tag. We can reuse these keywords from top listings in our own listings. These keywords are already proven to work, which means using them will give us the best chances of ranking on the first page of search results organically. Now, we could decide to pay for Etsy ads, but the ads will only perform as good as the product is, and they'll still only show the ads depending on the SEO that you put in the product. Just relying on organic, unpaid traffic, you can get almost the same exact results as if you were paying for Etsy ads. The only downside is that you have to wait a little bit longer for all of your products to rank organically in search. You might have noticed that I ran 0 Etsy ads.
Well, basically 0.
I only use the free traffic on Etsy. I'll pay for my own traffic on a Shopify website, but I don't need to do that on Etsy. As promised, you can find a link down below to get access to the Discord community, the quick start guide, the Printify product uploader, and the Photoshop mockup script, all completely for free because you finished the video. Leave your questions down below. I hope you found this video helpful, and please hit subscribe.